Test, test, test. Microphone test. 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 test. Hello and welcome everybody to another StarCraft 2 cast by Glitch. Today, I felt like lately I've been neglecting Terrans. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's true. I haven't actually looked at my recent uploaded games today, so I don't actually remember how long it's been since I casted a Terran game, but I feel like it's been a long time. I feel like it has been a while since I've casted a good Terran game, so I went scouring around on the internet, and I managed to find a bunch of QXC replays. These are about a week old, but I don't think anyone's casted them so far. I actually found them from QXC's own personal website, and he had them up there for replay. So I downloaded a couple of QXC replays, and I'm going to be casting them today on my channel. Super excited for this, because QXC, for those of you that don't know, was kind of big in the public eye there for a little while. He kind of pioneered drop play. I don't know, to me, QXC was kind of the person who pioneered drop play, and then Select kind of really took it and perfected it and really perfected all the timings and with it and all that. But QXC is definitely still has a warm place in my heart for all of his amazing drop play early in the StarCraft 2 game. So, I am going to be casting a couple of his games today. So, spawning here in the top right position as the blue Terran, we have FXOqxc. He is going to be our hero and star of the game today. And spawning here in the bottom left position of Tal'Darim Altar as the red Protoss, we have this Korean guy. I honestly am not sure what his name is. I know what this says. This is IceBlink, which I guess it's Korean sounding out English word, so it's either IceBlink or IceBlink. I'm not sure which. I think it's IceBlink, because in Korean they do just say ice for ice. That's just the Korean word for ice, so I think it's IceBlink. But just to be safe, I'm going to be calling him Blink throughout this whole game. So, yeah, I am going to be calling him that, and that is what I will be referring to our red Protoss buddy as. So, we can see that QXC has managed to throw down a few barracks. Looks like he's going to be going for some early barracks pressure here, getting that tech lab down. That, to me, indicates to me that he's going to be going for early tech. There we go. Yep, we're going to be seeing some early stim here from QXC, and usually when you see an early stim, then it almost always means that you're going to be seeing some kind of timing attack. Just because in the early game, you want to be using as much of your resources towards tech and towards doing things like expanding and stuff like that. So if you're going for an early stim, then you need to be able to use it as soon as it comes up. So you can bet that QXC is probably going to be getting a little bit aggressive here once that stim completes. Now, in the base of Blink right now, we've got a few gateways up right now. Looks like they are just now getting that warp gate tech up. Robotics facility just now coming up with an observer on the way. It is going to be going to scout out his opponent's base. If we check out that harvester tab right now, we can see that Blink is currently actually up right now, 29 to 24, but his income is, well, it's actually, yeah, it's quite a bit higher right now, because he's also on a second base. There we go. Now QXC just getting on that second base, getting some of those mules down, mining on that second base. Both players pretty even in the food count right now, 38 to 40, very, very similar in food count. And QXC now moving out with some Marines, trying to get a little bit of that early map control. Really wants to control those Zelnaga towers. Definitely a smart move. When you're expanding, how much has he seen of his opponents? He did see this expansion going down, so he is feeling fairly safe right now that his opponent isn't just building up a big army right now, because he knows his opponent's got to be sinking a lot of resources into getting those probes out, and that's exactly what Blink is doing right now. Blink is now moving around the map with this observer. He's going to be checking out what's going on in the middle of the map, and he's just going to be able to see this push coming here from QXC. Is QXC going to be able to spot that observer? Looks like he is not, and he's going to continue to be a little bit aggressive. He does have an SCV at the front of this push, but it is going to get picked off here by Blink because of that early observer. Blink was able to pick off that early SCV just because he saw that attack coming, and now he's going to be pushing forward here. Looks like QXC was going to maybe try to get a bunker into the base of Blink, but now Blink is just going to be moving across the map with some stalkers of his own. Observer just now getting to the front of the base. Gonna see that QXC here is building a bunker here, going for a little bit of defense. Gonna see a high Marine count, and he's gonna be poking around into the middle of the map, I'm sure. Looks like he's first gonna check this expansion. And he's going to be poking around in the middle of the map to try to see where the gas is going in QXC's build. If he gets in here, he's going to see that a factory is going up. He's going to see that a reactor. Yep, here comes that observer right now. He's going to be able to see that there are 3 barracks, currently 2 with reactor, 1 with tech lab, and that tech lab is researching right now. You can see that it is glowing right there, so he knows that it's researching. So he can be pretty confident right now that his opponent is going for a bit of a bio push here, and QXC able to spot that little ripple there to tell him that there is an observer there. In the meantime though, Blink did see the starport going down and this reactor going down on this factory, so he's gonna know that there are most likely going to be medevacs coming, and of course if he's at all familiar with QXC's play, he's gonna know that, well, QXC likes his drops. So looks like QXC now moving out some Marines. Has he spotted that observer? Doesn't look like. It's definitely much harder to spot when it's not moving. When it's moving, you can see a bit of a ripple there, but when it's not moving, it is pretty much almost as invisible. Oh, yeah, it's definitely invisible when it's under the fog of war. Nice one there, Glitch. Nice one. Now, we do see some more gas coming up now for QXC. In the meantime, we've got more barracks being thrown down right now. Looks like he's getting ready to take his third. There are destructible rocks here in this version of Tal'Darim Altar, and it looks like he's finally getting to be a little bit aggressive here, moving out with a big Marine push. We do have 2 medevacs on the way, and are they going to be going down there immediately? Yeah, it looks like he is going to be rallying them down towards his opponent's base. There is an observer out here, so Blink is aware of this push. He's now going to be pushing out here with a good force of Zealots and Stalkers, going to be trying to take out as many of these Marines as he can. Nice force fields there go down for Blink. Managed to trap a lot of the Marines. QXC, a lot of these Marines are just not firing at all right now because they are out of range, and I think these Marines are just going to be perfectly split here by Blink, rather, and nice control there by Blink. Looks like he's going to continue to warp in more Zealots to be able to take some damage for those Stalkers, because those Stalkers really do tend to rip apart those Marines quite easily. Now, we do have a robotics bay up researching that extended thermal lance. We have a robotics facility currently with a Colossus currently out on the map. We do have +1 ground upgrades coming up here for Blink, and it looks like he's just going to be getting up some more gateways here. Currently, the gateway count is up to 6, so it looks like he's going to be going for that Colossus Stalker play, or Colossus Gateway Unit play, rather. And now QXC poking in here with that medevac. That medevac getting a little bit too far forward, managing to pull it away, though, and just barely keep it alive. In the meantime, QXC pulling back a little bit. Looks like he's going to be loading up this medevac and going for a bit of a drop here. He's bringing those Marines to the back of the mineral line. And there he goes. He's dropping behind the mineral line. Workers are now being killed there, and it looks like he's just going to be able to pick up, and looks like he did manage to save all those Marines. In the meantime, he's going to be bringing this small group of Marines around, checking that fourth, rather, making sure that no secret expansions are going down there, and it looks like he's going to be poking in here to see if a third went down. If a third did go down here for Blink, he would definitely be punishing this early of a third base, and we can see another drop going down behind a natural again as all the units here come down to try to take out this third. As you can see, there is nothing there, though, and all the forces of Blink now being forced to pull back. He's warping in more units here to deal with this drop, while his Colossus and Zealots are down here to deal with that. Looks like he's now going to be taking down the destructible rocks. The destructible rocks of QXC are now down, and it looks like he's right now going to have a third. That's going to give him a bit of an economic advantage right now. Now, he did manage to see his opponent's Colossi, and so we can see that starport is now going to start producing those Vikings. Looks like he's going to start getting out those Vikings in those high numbers. In the meantime, another starport going down. Looks like he's going to be trying to get out a lot of starport tech here. He's getting up a lot of Vikings to be able to deal with Colossi from his opponent, because if his opponent goes for those heavy Colossi, they are going to be able to deal quite well with all these bioforces here from QXC. So it looks like QXC now going to be poking up, maybe loading up another drop here very shortly. Definitely going to keep my eye on the mini-map for that. In the meantime, QXC definitely keeping all his units split up into smaller groups. This is something that QXC did a lot in the early game when he was big. He definitely took some time off for school there for quite a while. But before he did leave for school, he did a lot of this kind of drop play, this drop-oriented play, where he would split up a lot of his Marine Marauders into small groups and do drops all over the map. Definitely in the same style that Select goes for a lot now in his games. And now it looks like he's going to be trying to stim in here, trying to deal as much damage as he can. But the Colossus count's starting to get up there a little bit. 2 Colossus currently out. Do we have more on the way? No, it looks like no more on the way at the moment. Can't seem to be able to find any more. And it looks like Blink is just now getting up his third. But QXC's been on this third base for quite a while now. So I expect that his income rate's going to be just a little bit higher. The Harvester count is about identical right now. And now QXC, if we check out the production tab, interestingly enough, on that other starport, we now have Ravens coming out here for QXC. QXC getting out those Ravens. What will he be using these Ravens for? Definitely a good idea to have one in the mix. Ravens are definitely good for absorbing shots if you throw down those point defense drones. They're definitely an underused unit. It's one of those units that I feel like as time goes on, we're going to start to see a lot more from Terran players, just because having one or two of them added to your army is just ridiculously good, especially if you're going up against gateway units and blink stalkers. Things like blink stalkers are what you're worried about. Those point defense drones can absorb a lot of those hits there, so QXC can actually leave his bioforces there to deal a lot of damage there. Now, it looks like QXC's finally deciding to get a little bit aggressive. He's got a few Vikings up here at the front of the line in his base right now. We do currently see ghosts on the production tab. 3 ghosts currently on the way. Another Raven on the way. It looks like QXC's actually getting up a good Raven count here actually, and we have more Vikings now popping out for QXC as well. The barracks count also getting very high. We currently have 4 with tech labs, 2 with reactors. That means his marauder count is going to start to get very, very high, as well as his ghost count, of course, and those marauders definitely good to have against gateway units here from Blink. Now, Blink continuing to macro up lots and lots of zealots. Lots of zealots is exactly what he needs. He needs lots of zealots and he needs lots of high Templar to be able to deal with all these bio forces, so we're going to see how his armies are going to react. Now, QXC is poking up here with a few Vikings. Absolutely love this from QXC, trying to poke up and find those Colossi, but with this observer here, looks like Blink was able to see those Vikings moving in there and was able to pull back all of his Colossi, keeping him nice and safe in the back, and QXC here not going to be able to deal too much damage with those early Vikings. In the meantime, QXC is leaving his units here because he can actually see the forces of his opponent there, and whoa, did he just attack? Hold on, let's watch that. I think he might have just destroyed his own Raven. Is that what he did just now? I think I just saw QXC destroy one of his own Ravens. Oh no, he just spotted that observer. That's what it is. Oh, nice. Nice little pick off there by QXC. Didn't even see that observer come in there. Nice little pick off there by QXC though with that Raven. That is of course one of the things that you can do with those Ravens once you have them is you can detect stuff. Definitely a big advantage there. Now QXC continuing to macro like crazy, but both of these players starting to get maxed right now. 197 food for Blink, 180 food for QXC right now, and it looks like now that Blink is maxed, he is going to be now moving out. He did warp in some high Templar here. They don't quite have enough energy to be able to do anything quite yet, but there is a pylon that's getting ready to go down there, and in the meantime QXC could manage to catch him here by surprise. He does have these 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers, so he sees this push coming, and it looks like the forces of Blink looking to get very, very aggressive at this point in time. QXC trying to split up all his units, keeping his Vikings in front. He needs his Vikings out in front to be able to deal lots of damage. Lots of ghosts in here as well. Those are going to be good for the EMPs. This is quite a diverse selection of units here from QXC. QXC now moving forward with those ghosts, going to try to get off a couple of good EMPs. Wow, beautiful EMPs there from QXC. Go off on all those high Templar, and now all those high Templar have no energy and will not be able to get any Psy Storms off, and now the forces of QXC trying to storm forward right now. He's definitely in a good position. He needs to press as long as these high Templar don't have any energy. Now, we do have Vikings out here at the front of the army dealing a lot of damage, and the Stalker count is rather high though, and point defense drones going down right now for QXC, absorbing so much damage right now from those Stalkers. Look at the Vikings. The Vikings are staying alive for so long, and they're actually able to take out all of the Colossi. Oh my god. Unbelievable play there from QXC. 2-point defense drones. Hold on. I have to watch that again. That was absolutely amazing. Did you see that? That Viking count I didn't think was going to survive, but look at that. These 2-point defense drones here absorbing all the shots from the Stalkers, leaving these Vikings alive to deal so much damage to those Colossi. Unbelievable play there from QXC. Holy cow. And now QXC just pushing forward. Still got a lot of Marine Marauder because those Colossi were just not up long enough to be able to deal the damage they needed to be able to do. And now there's a big force of units here coming in for QXC, dealing a lot of damage. Stims going down right now, trying to be able to kite these Colossi. There's a nice storm there from Blink. Looks like Blink is going to be able to push away this attack, but wow, unbelievable play from QXC. Check out that food differential now. They went from both being maxed to QXC being at 160 to the 91 food of Blink. Blink does have those Templar archives, of course, up right now. 2 forges are down right now. Looks like he's going to be getting up some more upgrades. Looks like he needs to be getting up a lot more army units is what he needs to be doing at this point in time. He needs to get up a big force of our army units because QXC's got such a large force and he's continuing to macro up. Looks like he's going to be taking an expansion and applying some more pressure here as his forces are just starting to grow like crazy, getting up a big Marine Marauder force. The Viking count's still rather high. This Raven is at 5 hit points, is going to get repaired up right away. Such a hero Raven. doing absolutely amazing work with those point defense drones. QXC now trying to prevent expanding with this group of Marine Marauder while he starts to push out and build up an even larger force of Marine Marauder at his main base. He is now moving across the map with this big Marine Marauder force. The Raven is back here in the fight, ready to fight. Point defense drone's actually still sitting out here in the middle of the map. There was even an auto turret that went down there for QXC. And now QXC just going to be macroing up some more forces in the base of Blink. We can see that more Colossi are coming down right now, trying to get that Colossus count up, trying to get that High Templar count up right now. The High Templar count is starting to get up there. Could definitely be devastating to QXC, but check out that food differential right now. We currently have +3 infantry armor coming up for QXC. Where are those engineering bays? Does he have? Yeah, it looks like he already has +3 attack as well. And now we have Terran ship weapons, level 3 coming up here for QXC, as well as the Corvid reactor. That is going to be the energy upgrade for the Ravens, I believe. Am I correct in that? Somebody correct me on that. Is the Corvid reactor? Yeah, there we go. Yep, increases the starting energy of Ravens by 25. No seeker missiles yet for QXC, but this is going to be pre-patch 1.4. This game was actually played, like I said, last week, so it was before 1.4. So Ravens do not have that buff to their speed yet, and now Blink now moving across. He actually macroed up quite a force very, very quickly, and now QXC is having this engagement going down again. Wow, and the Viking count, though, is just too high at this point in time, I think, and the Vikings just decimating all the Colossi. No point defense drones needed there, and there is the GG from Blink. Wow! What an exciting game there from QXC. Absolutely amazing. I am totally psyched to do one more game from QXC here for the day. I think that definitely deserves up. Yeah, nice job, QXC. Thanks for watching, guys. Glitch out.